Hi, and welcome to this week's episode of The Outfitter. I'm Sam McEwen.
And I'm Ruth McEwen. Over the next couple of weeks, we're going to have some very special hunts. We're going to be joining the Hunt of a Lifetime crew hunting for moose right here in Vermont.
We want to thank the legislature and the Vermont Fish and Game for providing these permits. It's a wonderful opportunity for people from all over the country to come here and enjoy what Vermont has to offer in big game hunting. I was very fortunate. I was out filming with Dodie Blow, and his hunter was Hunter Kornman. His dad David joined us. We had a great time. He got a great moose, a lot of fun. So let's get to the show.
I'm David. This is Hunter Kornman. I'm Hunter's dad. Hunter was born with a condition called hypoplastic left heart syndrome. He had his first open heart surgery at 5 days old. He done 2 more open heart surgeries between the ages of 2 and 3, and it's a condition that's kind of a rare condition. The hypoplastic right heart syndrome is a little more common. His was a left heart, which is, the left side of his heart didn't fully develop. So the only way they have a corrective surgery that takes care of that, and it's 3 steps. So he went through his 3 surgeries, had some ups and downs throughout the way. Hunter's grown up and enjoying the outdoors, loving the outdoors. One day he was out back chasing some geese behind our house, and he shot one and wounded it and chased it across the field. And with that condition, it's really hard for him to deal with the cold. And he ended up getting himself sick chasing after this goose. So he ended up having to go out to the hospital and talked to the doctors after discussing with them, and they kind of looked over everything and said, well, we believe it's time to put him on the transplant list. So he got put on the transplant list of February 2021. And at that point, I became a little more concerned, and after I found out who was going to be on the transplant list, I got in contact with a lady named Tina Pattison from Hunt of a Lifetime, and I wanted to really try to help, give something that, or help Hunter out with something that would, really boost his spirits and give him something to look forward to. And at that time, we didn't know, of course, when the transplant could possibly be. So anyways, we got in contact with her and talked things over, and come to find out he was approved for a hunt through Hunt of a Lifetime. As things worked out, we ended up finding out we was going on the hunt a few months prior to his transplant. He ended up getting his heart transplant September 21st, and he was in there for 3 weeks, or just under 3 weeks, which the doctors were amazed, and they said that was pretty much unheard of. And on our next visit, went back, and the nurses were even like, so where are you guys staying at? And like, we're at home. I was like, are you serious? So he done really great. Doctor was very impressed. He'd come in, checked on him twice a day. His surgeon did, and just rooting him on every day, and was very excited for him. We're up here currently on a moose hunt through Hunt of a Lifetime there, and Hunter's already had his transplant. And as far as through his transplant, you can tell a world of difference. I think previously, before his transplant, it might have been a little tough on him. I don't know how many times he had just beat us back to the truck. And before, I was so used to when we was going out and hunting, I was having to stop and wait on him and ask him if he was okay. And now I kind of wonder if I'm okay sometimes, because he's always way ahead of us. But which is a great thing. He didn't really hardly ever complain too much about being cold when I was freezing, and when the other folks that was with us was a little cold too. So I mean, really, it's kind of a great thing for him. So we had a pretty good hunt. Really, matter of fact, it's a great hunt. It's a beautiful area up here. We've never been up north this way, up here in Vermont, right on the Canadian border. It's an amazing experience for us, and something that truly was a hunt of a lifetime. We couldn't ask for anything better. There's no way can ever tell anybody nearly how much we appreciated it.
That's the way we get it done here in Vermont. Hunt of a lifetime, Vermont.
My goodness. Thank you.
Every year we start with a meet and greet at the Cow Palace. It's an absolutely wonderful time. The kids get to feed apples to the elk. It's very exciting for them to be that close to big animals like that. The people at the Cow Palace are just fantastic. They furnish a meal every single year for the whole crew, and it doesn't matter to them how many show up. They're ready for us, and they do a great job. That's a fantastic opportunity for the kids to meet, greet, and the whole families get together.
Appreciate it. You got it. Here you go, bud. I got this one. Oh, yeah, well, just done. Thank you. What's your, you're welcome. Scared.
After leaving the Cow Palace, we get in a line and kind of have a convoy headed up to Jackson Lodge up in Canaan, Vermont. It's on beautiful Lake Wallace, right on the Canadian border. They have some beautiful cabins there. We get all situated. Again, we're near Lake Wallace and right on the Canadian border. We're getting ready for the next morning's hunt. We divide into 3 teams, and I was fortunate to go with Dodie Blow and his Hunter, and Hunter's dad came along, David Kornman. We had Art Rainville as an assistant guide, and Dodie's daughter, Kylie, joined us for a couple of days. We start out, there's a food plot that a fellow has that he planted for deer, but the moose seemed to be trying to take it over. So the first 2 days, we get up early in the morning, head to the food plot, and spend the day and trying to get some action there, but it just didn't seem to come together at the food plot. So we actually did a lot of hunting through the woods, looking at other clear cuts, and we just worked hard at it for the first 2 days.
Morning. We're up on a little private gated area. We're going to try our luck this morning. Our hunter went from using a crossbow for the first 2 days to he thinks he can handle a rifle, so he's got a little 7M08. Got plenty of tracks in this area. We're going to go over the top and look down into this cut and see if we might be able to bring something back, talk to him. Maybe we could put one on the ground. What do you think?
Yep.
Let's try this. think we should do a morning hunt. Don't you? First thing in the morning. You get a haircut and we'll bring you back.
What?
You get a haircut, we'll bring you back.
No, I don't. I didn't mess my lips.
We hunted real hard for the past, 4 days?
Yeah.
Hunted really hard for the past 4 days. We started Saturday morning. Then Saturday was real warm. Monday, Tuesday was pretty rough as far as the weather. It's cold, rainy, wet. We stayed pretty wet, and Hunter battled through every day just fine without like a champ. And I'm pretty proud of him for that. And our wonderful guides and took care of us today. We ended up coming in a spot that we found the night before. Found a big bedding area. Coming here this morning, jumped a big bull. And it was just a little bit before shooting hours, and it may have been right on the edge, and we weren't able to get a good shot anyway, so no shot was taken. We sat there for about 20 minutes. Our guide done some calling, done some cow calls, and used the shoulder blade, to brush, to make the noises of the antlers on the limbs, and he done a fantastic job. And about within 20 minutes, just come walking in and presented a broadside shot through some brush. Hunter asked me if he could take the shot, and I told him, I said, son, only if you can get a good clear shot. And he said, I got it. I said, well, let it fly, let it go.
Shoot him.
If you can. Yeah.
Be ready. Be ready.
Not quite going. He's bobbing around.
Get ready. Shoot again. Shoot again. Shoot again.
Shit, where?
Take him back.
You always got to be ready to shoot again.
I see his antler.
Now stay with him with the gun. Hey! Right there. Right there. Aim. There. Aim. Shoot his ass. Don't.
Okay. So for half an hour.
He don't look like he's hurting too bad. Jeez. We'll give it a little while.
Huh?
You'll give it a little bit and see if there's blood.
Oh yeah, we're gonna give him a while.
I'm
Hit
gonna
him,
go, I'm gonna go take a look where I can see it. Yeah.
He shot, bull dropped. He almost celebrated a little too quickly after he dropped. he was only down for just a few seconds and ended up getting back up and started walking off. We was really worried about the shot, but Hunter was confident in the shot he made. I asked him how confident he was. He said, "Dad, it was a good shot. I know it was a good shot." So we went to start tracking, looking for blood. We couldn't find any blood. We were in two separate areas. Looked down the road, and the bull standing in the logging road. Tried to get Hunter over to us again for a second shot. Bull disappeared off into the brush before we get another shot. And luckily we had some great people along with us that was able to find a trail. There was no blood to be found. Found the trail and literally just walked right to it.
Real sad. They think he's dead. No, he's dead.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Hey, what you doing?
God, first you give me a hug, brother. Keep that here.
Hey, Hunter, did you enjoy that at all?
Big new one.
Oh. Praise God. Oh, oh, boy. Oh.
As exciting as it is to get a great big bull moose on the ground, it's an awful lot of fun for the kids and for me to see the horse come in and drag it out. Mark Farrell provides horses every year to bring out the moose. He does it at no charge for the Hunt of a Lifetime kids. And this year his daughter and her friend came in and picked up the moose, hooked it up, dragged it out, and brought it right out to the trailer. So it's sure a lot of fun.
Give him a bite. It's only slime.
It's just
Maybe
apple
wash
juice.
off.
Ugh.
Maybe wash.
There you go.
There you go.
Of course, once the moose is out of the woods, we have to take it to the Fish and Game Department there and get it checked in, get it weighed, and they check it over for ticks. It's a really interesting process, and they do a great job keeping up with the moose herd.
One,
That's
two,
why I didn't
three,
find
four,
him. I was
five,
looking for
6,
orange.
7, 8. 8, and if I go like that. These are winter tick larvae. Individual here.
Of course, the final step is taking it off to the meat cutters, make sure that there's nothing wasted from it. And we took it to Royer's Meat Cutting, and they do a great job and get it done real quickly.
Well, yesterday was some beautiful weather that morning. It was like 40 degrees before sunrise. The wind wasn't hardly blowing. We found a great spot. Well, Hunter ended up slinging a bullet at one, and he made the connection and ended up lucky enough to recover a beautiful, beautiful bull here in Vermont. And I don't know. I don't think we could be any happier, huh, buddy? Pretty great. But you know, in all honesty, sometimes when you know, the world is like it is at the moment, you kind of wonder, you know, what's going on with the world, and you kind of find out there's some really great people still, and they do great things. We enjoyed every minute of it with our cameraman Sam and our guides, Dodie and Art. Wonderful people. Definitely made the time very enjoyable for us. and definitely for him too. It was truly a blessing and a gift from God to be able to harvest the animal, even for that matter. And it's wonderful to be able to come up here and enjoy God's creation as far as the beauty of the land and the trees and the hills and the mountains. Such a beautiful thing. And it's been something for him to definitely look forward to, especially ever since his transplant. And that was 2 months ago. And so 2 months ago, we had his heart transplant. And now he's up here chasing moose.
Hey, thanks for watching this week's show, folks. It sure was a lot of fun being out there with Hunter and his dad.
It certainly was a great time. It's really nice what the Hunt of a Lifetime organization does for these kids, and it's a great blessing for us to be a part of it. We want to thank Dodie and Nikki Blow for heading it up here in the state of Vermont.
I want to thank Art Rainville. He came along as an assistant guide. Royer's Meat Cutting did a great job taking care of the meat for Hunter. And of course the legislature and Vermont Fish and Game for providing these permits. Remember what we say here at the Outfitter.
If you take your kids hunting when they're young, you won't be hunting for them when they get older.
And from all of us,
May God bless.